Assalamu alaikum my creative buddies, welcome back to my channel which is Hands for Fun. So it's a lovely sunny day and I woke up early, so I just decided to draw some beautiful painting in my sketchbook. So you can also join me and let's start a painting. So this is for some you can say a calendar. Calendar top. I'm making a painting for the calendar top. It's for my website which is Hands for Fun. So I just draw a sketch with a pencil which is a building, and I'm using now drawing pen which is waterproof. The number of the pen I just wrote in the description box. So I just try to make it a little bit more artistic by adding a bicycle in it, a cat in it, and it's kind of a building I just created. And I've added some cloths which are like hanging outside the house. I'm making some stairs, so you can say it's an imaginary. I just try to make some interesting steps outside the door. So these inspirations I used to take from lots of things, like from books and from internet and from Pinterest. So these are the things I used to take my inspiration, and after that I create my own image. So I'm using permanent black marker. So whenever you are going to draw something with the watercolor, so for the outline, make sure the pens you are using that should be waterproof. Now I'm using water in the base, and I'm going to use my Winston 24 colors palette in it, and I'm just using the colors. I'm using the acrylic colors directly from the tube on the paper. So basically this painting I am gonna use more than 2 mediums, which are like watercolors, pastel colors, and acrylic paints. So I'm using watercolor and acrylic in the background. Before starting the painting, I had an idea that what color I should use, and that as you've seen my work, I just love to play with Prussian blues and purples and pinks and yellows, oranges, reds. These are you can say my palette. I just love to apply that kind of color. So before started the painting, I had an idea that what color I'm gonna use. So being an artist, it's very important to select your own palette. I don't work realistically because I love to play with colors. So my colors are usually primary colors: red, blue, green, yellow. I like fresh colors. So before started the painting, I had an idea what color I will use. So I'm using yellows in the stairs, and for the dogs I'm gonna use reds in it. So these are the step of the door, outside the door. So I'm gonna use a little bit of red acrylic paint again I'm using in it. And I love to play with lots of medium. Like in oil, you are having a margin, you have to play in the just oil color you have to play. But whenever I play with more than 1 or 2 mediums, there's something rich and interesting texture that used to come out in a painting, which is an interesting thing about my painting. Whether I paint on a canvas or I paint on a paper, I love to play with like different colors, different mediums. So it really gives you a very nice texture, and you can say it gives you a margin of creativity, which is really interesting. So for the dogs, I'm using Prussian blues. In the windows, I'm using Prussian blues. Somewhere I'm using watercolor, and somewhere I'm using acrylics. So these are the blues, as you can see, ultramarine and Prussian blues. In the windows, I'm using that for the detail, and I'm using red color for the wall of the house. This speed painting is basically for you, so that you can enjoy the painting and you can start your own painting. So it's so interesting to be creative. Every time when I paint, I just feel alive. That is the most interesting thing of my life, you can say, to paint something. So it's my favorite sketchbook, in which whenever I create something new in it, I feel really great. So as for the calendar, so I want to make it really colorful and interesting. So in the windows I am using red pastel colors, and the paper is already wet. That's why I'm just drying it with the hair dryer. The surface will get dry, and then I will apply the pastel color. So because the pastel colors are really hard, so I just dried it properly with the hair dryer. Now I'm applying the pastel tones over it to make it more rich, and I just love the texture of the pastel shades. I'm using the same colors, same tones over it to make it more chalky, you can say, more rich. I will also use marker colors in it in the end. And that's a cat sitting over. These are the green leaves. So this is kind of a very semi-abstract kind of a painting. And these are the yellow flowers. I'm just making it with the pastel colors. And for the dogs, I'm using black pastel color. So every time I do experiment, I feel really great. I just love to apply darks. Whenever I apply darks, I feel really happy. I don't know why, but darks are like interesting part of my painting. So I'm using dark colors in it, like the blacks and Prussian blues, and as you can see, these are the cloths that are hanging outside the house. So I'm just making it a little bit more detail in it. There's the hanging wire and the clips. These are the cloths that are hanging outside the house. So I just wanted to make, some a different kind of house, a little bit artistic, by adding these kind of stuff in it. These are the stairs. I've added some design element in it. Now I'm adding water over the pastel colors, because I told you in my earlier paintings that pastel colors are really like a very dry medium, and it just spread here and there. So in order to fix it, I used to apply water over it, plain water over it. So it is kind of a binder for the color. And in the end, I will apply a fixator over it, definitely. But before that, I am adding water over it to make it, you can say, a kind of a binder over it. And it also gave a very artistic touch, spready colors. I just love that. So after applying the water, I'm gonna dry it again. I'm just drying it with the hair dryer. So the pastel color should be like, it should take their own place. Now after drying, I have added some strokes with the help of white permanent marker, and now I'm using a black permanent marker, and I'm making it, a little bit more details in it, a little bit more darks. Now I'm just removing all the masking tape which I just applied to make my borders neat. So I'm just removing the masking tape, and I've just applied a little bit detail with a white permanent marker. Now the painting is ready, and I'm really excited. It's a really interesting and very colorful painting. Just like the color palette is just like the window starry night, you can say, but it's really interesting, and I'm gonna make it for the calendar, for my website Hands for Fun. Very soon it will be uploaded on my website. So I hope you enjoyed it, and do try it at your home. Do try such kind of color palette, and interesting kind of strokes. Try to work more, and I hope you loved to work with me and you enjoyed the painting as I did. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and if you like it, do press the like button, do share it with your friends, and if you have not subscribed my channel, do subscribe it so you can watch my upcoming videos. Have a nice day. Take care. Allah Hafiz.